Welcome to another edition of a special program from Nigeria. Here is time-based TV Africa, a channel dedication to promote African culture, tradition, and all the tourism prospects across the 54 African countries. In today's edition, we are hosting the national coordinator of the Nigerian Horse Race Federation, Ale Mustafa Abubakar, Sokin Dawakin Bida. Sir, you are welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you so much. It's good to have you here today.
So we are here in Nigeria, particularly in Abuja, to find out or to talk with you about the issue of horse racing in Nigeria. Horse racing is one of the critical sector of sports, not only in Nigeria but worldwide. Historically, it's one of the pioneer sporting activities across the world. So, how does it fare in Nigeria, sir?
My name is Mustafa Abubakar Bida. I'm the National Coordinator of Horse Racing Federation of Nigeria. This is the largest federation and the overall body as far as horse racing is concerned in Nigeria. Now, I will just start with a little background of the horse racing globally. Now, horse racing from time in memory, if you want to look at the Islamic perspective, it's one of the sporting events, that was approved Islamically, during the time of the Prophet and the time of wars, because this is one activities that is used to test the strength, of the horses, which were the major, means of movement from one angle to the other, or from one part of the world to the other. In terms of war, the horses are being used. So the promotion of horse racing, from time immemorial, was around that time, and then it's approved Islamically for getting to know the strength of the horses, and it serves as training.
That draw the attention of travelers or tourists in Nigeria. So, what plan do you have towards at least utilizing this opportunity to attract tourists to Nigeria?
Of course, like you have said, horse racing is surely a tourist attraction. Most of the races that we have done in the recent past usually has participation from other West African countries. And then we've also succeeded, in getting a lot of sponsorship, from corporate organizations, multinationals, and embassies. And then all along, the tourism aspect, of the sports is never in doubt. And then we are looking forward to continue to see how we are going to harness, and make maximum benefit, of this tourist attraction. As you mentioned, it's actually a gold mine that is yet to be tapped. But I assure you, the way we are moving, we are tapping it.
So, what plan do you have also to be part of the Olympics? Or we are still part of Olympic Games?
Horse racing activity, I don't think in the Olympics, games or sports that have to do with animals are not usually part of the Olympic Games. Olympic Games is just a human game.
Okay. Because of time factor, sir, lastly, what effort are you making to bring the upcoming participants into your different activities of horse racing?
Well, I will make amend to your question, okay, and then make it broader. Like I told you, we're here to make it better, so we're doing a lot, in terms of seeing there is a much departure from the past. Now, there are a lot of areas that we have been investing. We have been putting a lot of effort to see that we have improved the game in order to meet up with global best practices. And then, you know, when we met this game in the most recent past, some 10 years back or some 5 years back, doping of horses and also the riders was the order of the day. Now, I tell you, in some years ago, some 2-3 years ago, we had an international event in Sokoto, and then we introduced the anti-doping policy, you know, of the horse racing, whereby the riders and the horses are being tested against illicit drugs. So successfully we have achieved the eradication of doping as far as horse racing is concerned. This is an eradication of an activity that has been there for 50 years. 50 years.
Now, no more drugs for horses, no more drugs for riders.
No more drugs for so we have achieved to see that the horses and the riders are in their equal normal strength.
In their normal senses.
Yeah, in their normal senses.
So finally,
naturally.
So finally, what is your words? What is your final word?
Secondly, part of our achievement is,
okay,
this is very, very key.
Okay.
Now, Nigeria as a country is losing hundreds of billions.
Hundreds of billions.
Hundreds of billions.
At this moment, we are
in
sitting
terms,
billions.
yes, in terms of monies being used to buy horses from abroad. These horses are used for either horse racing or polo. Most of these horses are called Argentine horses. They are being bought from Argentina, and then in our last recent estimation, we discovered that almost every year you have not less than, officially, apart from those that cross the border illegally, not less than 5 shipments, you know, of horses that are being freed into Nigeria through the air. And each of that shipment, you know, takes about 130 horses. And then before the skyrocketing of the dollar, now each of these horses, 130 of them, each of those horses will cost about 50 million naira.
50 million naira.
50 million naira. So if you multiply 50 million naira times 130, it will give you a cost of 1 shipment. And then all this, you know, they are being purchased in dollars. So Nigeria is losing, you know, a lot of foreign exchange, you know, to foreign horses. So what we have done as a federation in the last 2, 3, 4 years, we have been able to breed this kind of same Argentine horses in Nigeria.
Okay.
Yes, we had introduced breeding. Yes, we crossbreed. So we imported the parent stock, and then they are now being given birth to in Nigeria, and we call them Niger breed.
It's similar to cows, bought from.
Yeah, yes, similar to cows, and then we call them to Nigeria. So this is now saving us a lot of foreign exchange that is being taken out, and then ideally, if you look at it, now as a country, we don't have the opportunity to take out our horses to places like Dubai and other places to go and race, because we don't have these horses that have the equal strength to race in Dubai and Saudi Arabia, because you cannot go and import a horse from Argentina and bring it to Nigeria and then you take it to Dubai and say this is a Nigerian horse. It's not a Nigerian horse, it's an Argentinian horse. But the horses that are being given birth here are Nigerian horses.
And are domesticating them.
Yes, you are domesticating them. And then apart from that, now these horses that are also being imported, you know, most times year in, year out, they mostly die within a very possible short time.
Because of weather.
Because of weather, they are not tropicalized. Most times, after 6 months, 1 year, they are gone. So those ones that we breed here that are being given birth here are born tropicalized, and then they are withstanding the weather. So these are part of the, you know, activities that we have been doing to weather the storm.
Great one.
Thank you.
So by doing that, you are saving Nigeria a lot of foreign exchange.
Certainly.
And at the same time, you are breeding made in Nigeria horses.
Certainly.
So that we can take them to anywhere and be proud of it.
Certainly.
So you can do your
let me ask the last question.
Okay.
Sir, from the last tournament, we have seen youth engagement. Almost all four of the players are youth.
Yeah.
And that is actually a compliment to the government effort in eradicating poverty and bringing job to the youth. So what would you say about horse racing, how it improved the life of youth, especially in Nigeria, and the players?
Every of our outing brings about a lot of development and improvement.
Okay.
Now, naturally from time immemorial, the people have natural love for horses. Now, I give you a simple example. You can keep a car of 10 billion. Everybody will come and pass it. But if you keep one horse now, 10 people or 20 people will want to stand and look at the horse. That is the natural likeness that horses attract. Of course, by so doing, we have a natural attraction to both the youth and the old. So every day in, out, and every time, day in, day out, you know, we are bringing people closer and bringing development to our people by organizing activities of horse racing.